yourselves in your beauty, possessing then your very beauty. This in such a way that each looking at the other may see in the other their own beauty, since both are your beauty alone. I being absorbed in your beauty. Hence, I shall see you in your beauty, and you will see me in your beauty, and I shall see myself in you in your beauty, and you will see yourself in me in your beauty, that I may resemble your beauty, and you resemble me in your beauty, and my beauty be your beauty, and your beauty be my beauty. Wherefore I shall be you in your beauty, and you will be me in your beauty, because your very beauty will be my beauty, lest we shall both behold ourselves in your beauty. 23 times in one paragraph, he uses the word beauty. To understand that this is what we need in order to see ourselves as beauty. The relationship with God. And that this is what grace is. Grace is to enter into a relationship with God that expresses itself primarily in communication, which is what prayer is. And has the effect of transforming us, of changing us. Grace changes us. It's in the same way that a relationship changes. The relationship that we have with someone whom we love. The relationship that we have with someone whom we know loves us. That changes us. That's what the transformation in grace is. So, any questions? Objection? Disagreement? No.
Actually, I have several. I'm trying to get everybody more eager. That's a wonderful paragraph that you just. And I don't really know how to explain this other than just asking you if you know D.D. Jakes. You know who D.D. Jakes? He's a preacher that's on the Christian broadcasting circuit TV. And he's not Catholic, but he's very dynamic. He's very inspiring. And he talks about, he has this one sermon that you really get that you are a child of God. You're a child of the light. That the promise is there for you. That God is right in front of you if you will only turn toward it. That, there's the burning bush scenario where God tells Moses to take off the sandals is not just because the sandals are dirty, it's because God wants to be connected to you personally. That's what it is. And it's inspiring, and you can believe it, and you can feel it, and you feel like you could accomplish anything, and you could run with the Spirit and not be dragged down by your ordinary life. And then he says, but you really don't believe that, do you? And it hits me right here. Because I can see that, and I can strive for that, and I can pray for that. But I know that the devil is very slow. It doesn't have to be going out and stealing or making a bank robbery. It's very small things. And the devil is sitting right on my shoulder. I probably know more about the devil that hangs around with me every day than I do my gardening. Now, everybody's looking at me going, who is this? What's she saying? I mean, but this
No, I think everybody, makes you understand.
I want this.
Yes.
I want God. I know God wants me. But every day, there are these things that, and I have to make choices, and I don't know which choices.
Most of us are not going to be tempted by great sins. We're going to be tempted to not. we're going to be tempted to not trust. We're going to be tempted to not hope. Now it's what we're going to be tempted to not do, not what we're going to be tempted to do. That's the trick that's played on us. You know, the community antiphon in Mass this morning was John 15:15. I no longer call you servants but friends, because servants don't know what their master is about, but I've given you everything that the Father has given me. Do we believe that Jesus has given us everything the Father gave to him? This ended, you know, I spend an awful lot of time in Southeast Asia, in Africa, and Latin America, because that is where the church is growing, and my job takes me to those places. And it seems to me, I lived in Europe, I'm then an American, and it seems to me that we have become very cerebral. We've so analyzed ourselves into corners that whatever it is that holds human beings together is divided for us in the Western culture. So that it's very easy for the tempter or the temptation to slip in to distract us from what holds this whole thing together. And when I see in Asia and in Southeast Asia, the Chinese people have a completely different philosophy. Filipinos are different. It seems to me that there are some things that it's easier to get a grasp on, that for us, it's more difficult to get a grasp on. And that is precisely in what we're tempted not to believe. That's been revealed, that's been shown. When I say revealed, it's been manifested by God. And this is for me, this is the importance of studying mystical theology, of reading the saints. It used to be just relegated, even when I read for seminarians, it was relegated to spiritual reading, just something you did 15 or 20 minutes a day. But then you spent hours and hours studying theology. But now mystical theology has become more and more important in seminary training, in any kind of theology course for everybody. And this is why I think when you look at the structure of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, that has replaced the Catechism of the Council of Trent, which was what the Baltimore Catechism was. The Catechism of the Catholic Church talks much more about mystical theology in all the sections. So what that preacher is trying to show in us is trust in God, that what he has revealed is true. How are we going to have trust unless we have a relationship?